Hi everyone, my name is Henry Purchase and I've got a SaaS business. I've been running it for literally just over a year now. And when I got started, one of the things that I was always unsure of was email marketing, nurturing, not like cold email marketing, but how to email people that were signing up for your SaaS business, people that were cancelling, abandoning carts, all that sort of stuff. So what I thought I would do, I would walk anyone watching this through how I approach email marketing at my SaaS business, what I have in place, and what I found has and hasn't worked. So, no editing, just raw thoughts and showing you what I have for a live SaaS business with over 4,000 users. So, here's a series that I have in Intercom. I've got onboarding trial users, onboarding free users, so two different onboarding flows. When a user cancels paid plans, if someone cancels during a trial, when someone becomes a customer, so after they finish a trial. I used to have churn risk, so this would be if someone didn't log on, but I just actually found I turned this off because I found that actually it just annoys some users, and also it reminds some users that they haven't been using the platform. And actually I found there's better ways rather than just maybe like annoying emails to tell someone, hey, you haven't logged in for a while. And I just found that this increased churn. So instead, what I'm doing, I'm building in other ways into the product to get people back on. It's probably something for another video. And then an abandoned cart flow. So just walking through onboarding trial and free users. So you'll see it looks pretty complicated to begin with, but I'll walk you through what they are. They're pretty much the same. Same style for onboard trial and onboard free. And a concept that I've been taught by my SaaS coaches and that I've tried to put into these flows is something that you'll hear in SaaS called an aha moment. An aha moment is basically, what is that moment when someone is using your SaaS product where they use it and they're like, aha, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And your onboarding flows, whether it be for trial users or I've got a free plan, should be streamlined in order to get people to that aha moment as soon as possible. And you want to define that aha moment as the difference between people that sign up and stay and pay versus cancel. Because you'll often find when you do a cohort analysis, when you analyze people that have stayed and paid for your product and people that cancel, you'll often find there's a couple of features and a couple of things that they do, maybe even one thing that they do, which means that they stay. So what we always do in Intercom, when someone, for example, starts 7-day trial, they'll get an email, a post, and a banner. The email is basically just welcome, here's a tutorial, so it's a specific tutorial for them. There's then also a post. You can see it's pretty much the same. I'm just bombarding them with a tutorial because I'm assuming, like ideally I want the product to be so easy to use that people just stay. However, that's just not always the case. So you can see 3 different things. Intercom makes it super easy in order to do these, like personalize it as well. You can even change the content based upon the plan that they're on, which you'll actually see later. As you can see here, then I have wait 1 day. And a wait 1 day, my software business essentially, it's a Squarespace SEO plugin. So it's a Chrome plugin as a dashboard. But obviously if they don't have the plugin installed, they're not going to get any value. So we wait 1 day. And if they haven't installed the plugin, we will put them a post. So we'll say like, literally you shouldn't be moving ahead if you don't do this. So I just know that if people don't do this, they're not going to get value. So like right in the face, you can see 54 people matched. I'm literally being like, you need to install the plugin. So yeah, and then if they don't do it, and if they haven't been online for 6 days, then I email them, say, hey, like you're missing all of this value, get started using this link. And you can see that actually, there's quite a big drop off in between people hitting this rule, getting the post. Like you can see actually, a decent amount of people, 23 people? 23 people saw this post and by the look of it installed the plugin. So yeah, welcome them on, same for the free plan. If they don't do this, and it's probably the same with your SaaS, there's probably a part in your product that if people don't use, they're going to get no value. So we wait. If they haven't done this, we slap them in the face and say, hey, do it. Then what we essentially have, we've got our normal onboarding emails. So obviously if it's for a free plan, the aim is to get them to get value from the free plan and hopefully upgrade. But ultimately, because we have a opt-out free trial, the aim of the trial is just to try to, as best as possible, get people to stick out the trial, get value, and ultimately pay. And we do that in two ways. We do it through nurturing emails. You can see that we've got 3 emails. So this is after the welcome where they send the tutorial. In this one, this is actually me telling the story. So one thing that I try and do in my SaaS, it may be at the moment introduce key man risk, because so many people that use the platform know me. But what I try and do is tell the story a little bit more. I will basically just try and say, hey, here's how I came up with the idea. Here's why I made it, and a little bit of social proof. Actually interviewed Squarespace's CEO. So why I started it, a little bit of social proof, and then essentially what we did in our products, we identified features that will increase our LTV and then reduce our churn. One of those, we have automatic monitoring. So you'll essentially look in your SaaS product, what is not only an aha moment that gets people to stay, but what features do people that stay typically use? And there may be a couple, one, you obviously might do it in the onboarding. But here, obviously, I'm trying to push them to set up the monitoring, because if they set up monitoring, the assumption is that they're going to stay because they get ongoing value. So email, story, set up this. Email 3 is, by now, you should have done this. So obviously now they're 4 days into the 7-day free trial. So 4 days, wait 1 day, wait 3 days. So it's like, by now you should have done this. And obviously I'm thinking, well, if the free trial ends in 7 days and they haven't cancelled the free trial, I need to maximize the chance that they're going to stay on for the remainder of the free trial, which is why obviously I try and get them to stay. But then I'm like, by now, if people haven't done this, they're probably going to cancel and not going to get value. So I identified 2 areas of the product, one of which is monitoring, which I've already mentioned. 2 areas of the product which, if people are going to use, people are going to get value, they're going to want to do this. Then a final one, it's like a final push. As your trial progresses, here's how to fully use the platform. So that's sort of in general, and it is pretty much the same for the free plan. Email. However, at the end, there's just an extra step where I push for the trial. And obviously the reason I push for the trial is like, I want them to be, after they've got used to the platform, actually sign up. And again, you can see that clicked is actually super, super low. I'm getting a good open rate. However, the click rate is pretty rubbish, to be honest. So I actually need to probably tweak this. Maybe I need to put the button right to the top, because clearly this isn't working. But again, I'm definitely not claiming to be a SaaS expert. I've just got a SaaS business that I've been running for a year. So obviously I've got enough data to know, well, what actually am I trying to achieve here? So yeah, that's sort of an overview of the onboarding. And then basically what this is in the middle, it's a conditional logic where we show them a checklist. So we give them like a checklist in order to help them make the most out of the platform. And if they visit a certain area of the product, we show them a tutorial. If they don't, we then, what do we do? So yeah, we have, what is it? It's an onboarding checklist. And basically we saw in the products that there was an area that most people use. And we just made the assumption that if most people use this area of the product, then clearly it's what people want to see and it's where they're driving value. Maybe that is or isn't wrong, but what we do, we have the checklist, and if they view that feature, basically if they view that feature, they get what do they get? They get onboarded onto that feature. So if they visit the feature, they get onboarded onto it. And if they don't view that feature, we send them a post to basically say, hey, you need to check out this feature, get started. And then an email again, hey, you need to use this feature. Because obviously we see, and you can even see most people do go to that feature. So we just tried to make it sure that people actually go to it, because that's where a lot of people derive value. So onboarding, do they visit a certain feature? If yes, they get a tour using Intercom, which is basically just a step-by-step tour around that feature. If no, they get a post and an email say, hey, go to this feature. And then if they don't sign up, we push them to say, hey, come on, get back and get started. So that's an overview of the onboarding. What I'll now do is, what have we got left? We've got cancel during trial. So this is basically if someone cancels during the free trial. So if they cancel during the trial, we wait a little bit before then sending them, hey, sorry to see you went, and then we ask them for feedback. Because ultimately, in a SaaS product, I really think that the difference between an amazing SaaS product and one that just doesn't end up getting product market fit or doesn't end up getting customers, are the ones that are able to take feedback, get a lot of feedback from customers or target customers, and turn that into product decisions that ultimately increase retention and increase LTV, either by people upgrading the plan or staying for longer. So not only do you need to make sure you're asking for feedback as much as possible, but you also need to make sure that implementing that in the product. And I just see this as a key point. If someone's cancelled during the trial, well, ultimately what I need to make sure I'm doing is I need to make sure that I am getting feedback from those people. So you can see they cancelled during the trial. I'm asking them for feedback, wait 5 days. And then I'm like, did you feel something was missing? So as I've already mentioned, there's areas of the product where people get that aha moment. So all I've done here is, did you feel something was missing? You might have missed this feature. So again, I'm just working on the assumption that there's key parts of the products that people get value from. I use products like June, products like Microsoft Clarity to view screen recordings to identify what I feel those features are. I can then also do a cohort analysis to see which features did people that cancelled use or didn't use versus people that stayed. And then again, in this, I'm like, hey, if you cancelled, it's probably because you missed this feature. But again, my open rate's pretty poor, so maybe I need to do something here. Maybe we need to actually add in a custom domain. And then offering free value. So, hey, before cancelling, did you watch our tutorials? Again, really, really bad open rate. So probably what I need to do is mix this up or add a custom domain because, yeah, the open rate's pretty poor. Success story, again, 0 open rate. So let's be honest, I probably need to switch this up. Then we've got offering 14-day free trial. So it's sort of like, hey, if a 7-day free trial wasn't enough, here's a 14-day one. And then a final push. But again, no one has viewed these past few emails. So clearly they're not working. I need to do something about it. And one thing I quite like about Intercom as well is you can set goals. So here I could actually set a goal that I want to achieve. So obviously if they cancel a paid, the goal would be to get them back on a plan. So I would just go here and I'd be like, okay, my goal is to, it'd be status. Yeah, Stripe subscription status is active. So my goal would be for people that cancel paid is obviously I want them to get back to paid. So when they cancel paid, we send them a cancellation email, which is asking them for feedback again. What would make, a no-brainer to continue. I'll just save this actually. So ask for feedback then, and to be honest, I think that this is pretty much the same as the one I've just shown you for the cancel during the trial. We just wait a little bit longer because obviously if someone has already gone on the paid plan, you can assume that they were longer down in the buyer journey. They maybe got some value. They may be left for different reasons. So we wait for 10 days and then say, hey, since you left, there's been changes, they've been improved. If you want a new feature, if you can capture the glitch, chances are we're already on it. And then, maybe they'll come back soon. Wait 50 days, and then it's been a while. Since you left, we've had 4 major updates. Reason being is we release a new feature. We release a new update every 2 weeks. So if it's been 60 days, then we've probably done 3 or 4 upgrades. So we've done 4 upgrades. Want to know what's new? Check out our YouTube channel. And the reason why I say check out my YouTube channel is because I actually release product updates. You can see this one 4 days ago is 140 views. So I release product updates pretty frequently. So, for me, it's quite important to let people know what's going on with the products and things that have changed and improved. So, yeah. Then we're going into become a customer. So, like in general, obviously, what you don't want is your emails to be spammy. Like, maybe someone watching this is thinking, hey, like a lot of your emails are driven in order to get people to pay and sign up. But like at the end of the day, people are going to pay and sign up because they get value from your SaaS product. So all I'm doing with these emails is cutting through the fat and making sure that people get to that aha moment, get to value. So yeah, obviously when they become a customer, it's absolutely no different. We are nurturing that customer so they stay for longer, which ultimately comes from them getting value from the platform. So when they become a customer, hey, we're thrilled to have you on board. And then here are our most powerful tools. Explore the dashboard. Then we have email 2. Here's how to be successful. So you can see here, we've just got a master tutorial. So like, I'm going to check that because maybe that's, if no one watches so far in this video, at least I've managed to find out a potential issue with the feature, with the email. Right, now it's sorted. Obviously, we welcome them on. Here's some of the most powerful areas. Here's a master tutorial. And then my personal recommendation is to do the following. So basically, like SEO and the niche that I'm in can be quite overwhelming. And one of the things that we do is aim to make it jargon free and easy. So what I always try and do, again, is cut through the fat and be like, here's a tutorial, but my personal recommendation is to do this. Here's how to make the most out of the platform. You'll see some SaaS products like offer one-on-one coaching, like they will invest so much time and money into making their product, helping people be successful with their product. One example that I really like is actually, if you guys watching this haven't already, is go to Instantly's YouTube channel. I think they do a very, very good job of like providing value. And if you look here, like you can see that how many views, 7.1k views, 12k views, like that, 35k views. They're doing their best in order to educate their customers how to get the most out of the platform. And, we want to be no different. We're giving them master tutorials. We're telling them what to do because this is proven in order to get results. So, yeah, then we wait a little bit longer. We give them a success story. So again, we're nurturing our customers. We're making sure that not only are we letting them know how to make the most out of the platform, we're nurturing them, they're telling them success stories, because even though they're a customer, people can lose motivation. People can lose a reason why they wanted to do something in the first place. So all we're doing here is making sure that we're actually being like, hey, like this is what other users have done. Make sure you follow what we tell you. Make sure you use the product because this could be you. So yeah. Then final one, if you need help, please feel free to reach out. As you can see, all of our support is done via Intercom, very cool platform. And yeah, it's just like, well, if you've ever got support, reply, it goes to Intercom, email goes to Intercom, join our community or watch our tutorials. So yeah, you can see like a pretty low no clicks, but a decent open rate, I guess. So as you can see here, we're just nurturing customers on, making sure that we're getting that low churn and decent retention. And then finally, and this is literally the one that I've just set live, this is abandoned cart. So we actually noticed that we were getting a decent, because we have an opt-out free trial. When you go through and you press install, or you like go to our pricing plans and you do a 7-day free trial, we're asking for credit cards because we want to get buy-in. We want people that are actually committed and are serious about using the product. I just think that opt-in free trials, you just get people that are time wasters, which, drains your support, and it becomes a bit of a pain. So we do opt-out free trials. Obviously, we provide people plenty of notifications when they're going to be charged. But essentially what we've done here is we have a sequence we wait to see if people have still abandoned cart. Then we send them an email. Hey, the founder here, I saw you considering using the platform. And then here's why you should use it. A stat, it's proven to do this. jargon-free, Squarespace specific, we're trusted, and then another case study. So basically everything in an email that you would probably want in order to convince people why they should sign up. Because, you know, these people, they were literally super close. They were on the payment page. Like, they were literally just about to give you their credit card information. Like, these 11 people, they saw it, but then they left, probably because maybe because they were scared. So what we're doing here, we're just saying, hey, it's the founder here. Here's why you should sign up, get started. Now, again, I'm not an email marketing expert. Maybe I should have this button higher, but there you are. Then we wait. Do they sign up? So this is a good example where the goal is to get them to start their trial, and then they exit when they trial or if their subscription goes active. So yeah, we've got a trigger. The entry trigger is abandoned cart true? Or have they not started have they signed up? And have they, let me just have a look. Yeah, basically its subscription status is not active. In fact, I'm just going to check that. So basically there's two entry criteria. There's abandoned cart is true, or Stripe customer is unknown. So they're on Intercom, but we don't know if they're a customer. The reason why I had to put signed up less than 7 days ago is because when we connected Stripe to Intercom, because we only put Intercom on like a few months ago, there were loads of customers in Stripe where Intercom didn't know if they were a Stripe customer because they just haven't used the platform in a while. So unless I had this, they basically, loads of people get emails, and I don't want to spam old customers or old people that, you know, maybe have unsubscribed from emails. So yeah, if they abandon the cart, first email, this is why you should sign up. Second email, I notice you haven't managed to get started. You know, I'm the founder. Feel free to reach out. It's founded to help any Squarespace user. So I'm not sure if this will work too well because maybe it's a little bit soft. I was thinking of doing some incentive, but what I even could do if I really wanted to is A/B test this to see which one performs best. So yeah. And then finally, third abandoned cart. Until you get started, here's an official webinar I did with Squarespace. So again, this is like, it's social proof, but it's also providing free value. So, hey, here's where you should sign up. Little nudge if they've got any questions. And then finally, like, you know, in the meantime, here's some completely free value as well as also social proof because I did it with Squarespace. So that is an overview of all the email flows I have with Intercom. As I said, I'm not an email marketing expert. I've had a SaaS business now this SaaS business, I launched it to the public just over a year ago. This is what I have. Hopefully watching this video has been helpful just to see what other SaaS founders have, and what has and hasn't worked, why I've changed things, what maybe I should add. Probably need a lot more A/B testing, but I always think that like MVP is fine. You can see I created it 2 months ago. MVP is fine. Ultimately, I just need to make sure that I'm maybe adding some more A/B testing to try and get this goal higher. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Feel free to leave a comment below if you've got any questions, and good luck setting up your SaaS email setup.